for a pretty standard setup with 2 people B and 3 people A.
Yeah, really quite split up, no problem at all. They are pushing into apartments, though, so looking to see if they can't get some information. Look towards second mid to see if they can't get an early pick here, and there's the instant headshot from Guardian. He picks up one, Edward gets another, and this has worked out marvelously so far for Na'Vi. They are getting cut off in apartments, but that doesn't stop Edward from picking up yet another headshot.
Yeah, Kucher finally going to bring down the Titan here, but it might be too late anyway. Edward's got a double, Guardian's got a double, and that leaves Kucher alone, and he's getting pretty much attacked from all angles here. He's going to try and fight his way out. Somehow Zeus has killed Zeus in a bit of a team-friendly fire accident, but it has no impact on the game. I mean, except for the funny fact that they put Zeus as -1, but he had no money to lose anyway, so it's going to be just fine. 1-0 for Na'Vi.
That was a cool, aggressive pistol from Na'Vi, actually. Had Zeus around an arch, kitted out with flashbangs and basically flashed out Edward and Guardian out from CPL there. And they managed to catch 2 HellRaisers players almost instantly, and from that point on, and that was also Dosia who's had the majority of nades actually on HellRaisers. And from there on out, it's extremely hard for HellRaisers to get back into it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if they had quickly killed the people in apartments and sort of reset it into a 3-on-3, there would have been some sort of opening, but that just wasn't even possible. So now, well, they're going to try and go for the A bomb side. All rushing in through quad. Zeus in the pit here. He's got to be careful. He doesn't run out of bullets, but he's got some good backup with him here. Guardian as well. The bomb is now dropped in the pit, so no chance for HellRaisers to get the bomb down easily unless they kill Zeus, and they just did.
I mean, if they can manage to get the plant here, that would be huge. But Angel almost getting sprayed down through the box that you can now wallbang. And it's a 2-on-2, rifles on Na'Vi's side, nades go in, and Angel's just trying to find a frag, but he's not going to get it. Seized and starix will, pick up the kills, and that's pretty much going to fall apart now for HellRaisers. They come so close to picking up an anti-eco round.
That was a really weird decision coming out from Dosia there, because they managed to pick up Edward, who was in Castle, or in Graveyard, and the guy in Pit was basically isolated behind the big post, right? So all Dosia had to do was basically jump on site, find a corner, and plant the bomb, and that would have been a successful eco from HellRaisers' part. But he actually decided to dive down into Pit after the guy behind, but back in Pit for no good reason, and that it messed things up for HellRaisers.
And they're going to go for it here, actually straight into the bomb site, and Seized is going to comfortably control the spray and take down AdreN and Kucher. They will drop him. Nice shot from Dosia, actually. Really good headshot with just a pistol here. starix is going to go down as well, so there's another opening right now. Guardian so quick to find Angel in the corner, and Dosia will at least get the bomb plant, so that's some good news for HellRaisers here. 1-on-3, though, for Dosia. Kind of unlikely that he can win it, especially because they know exactly where he is. The smoke here is going to help him, and he's trying to guess the angle through, but Zeus will find it. I'm wondering, Vendetta, if what you said I think is true, not in this round, but the previous round, where Dosia went in the pit, and I think at that point you're basically making a decision saying, we're going to try and win the round instead of just settling for a plant. But that's a big risk to take.
Yeah, I still think you can work with that, even if you get the bomb plant up, because that forces the guy in pit to actually come out towards you. Sure, you might get sandwiched in, but then again, you are on an eco, and I think it's more of a risk and a bigger... it's more up to luck, I guess, for Dosia to down a guy fully kitted out with a Glock than having some of your teammates back him up and actually double teaming him.
Now, at least HellRaisers have rifles. It's the 4th round of the first half on this second map here between Na'Vi and HellRaisers, and they're on the less favored side, as we said. Something like 5 or 6 rounds on this first half, and they can probably work with it, so we shouldn't be panicking too much, I guess. But right now, everyone, I think, has that Dust 2 game in the back of their minds, right? They're thinking, is Na'Vi going to do it again? That's what I'm thinking anyway.
Yeah, there's that, but it's also HellRaisers having missed out on the opportunity to get easy rounds. Now they have to deal with buy rounds from here on out from Na'Vi. Na'Vi, they've spent a lot of money in this round. But there's still a little bit of a bank, so even then they could probably go for a force if they wanted to in the next round if they were to lose this one. So now it's all pressure on HellRaisers to find the entry frags. Edward waiting in the corner below short is going to gun down Angel. No work there, no problem, and they know now that they're going to be pushing out from apartments. Na'Vi know exactly what's happening, and Zeus hunts down Dosia, makes sure that the flank can't happen.
And I think that's really the critical kill in a round like that. Dosia going down really leaves HellRaisers in a really bad spot here. AWP from Guardian is going to find Kucher as well. Now the 2 remaining players from HellRaisers are in the pit, and this is going to be almost impossible for them to hold. There's even Molotovs and smokes here, so they don't even need them to just shut them down. But if it had come to it, Na'Vi could have actually smoked on Molotov this whole plateau off, and they would have been stuck in the pit with no chance of getting out. So, very, I don't know. I think that Dosia going down in the middle, that settled everything.
And the strategy we just saw HellRaisers execute is something they've done for a couple of weeks now, and it seems like teams are extremely aware of what's going on whenever they see those two smokes that AdreN and markeloff throws come in. Because it seems like every team goes aggressive on them in the quad area whenever those smokes come through instead of being cornered in. And that messes up HellRaisers each and every time. That was actually the most successful round I've seen them execute that strategy with, because they got the bomb plant.
And that's not exactly great, is it?
Yeah.
Well, this time they're going up middle pretty aggressively through the smoke. They might be able to catch Edward here. He picks off one, and up on the balcony, it's Guardian with the AWP, and he's already killed one, and he's getting back up quickly. Not going to get that second shot off, and he's going to get taken down eventually. Zeus will get dropped as well. Great work from Dosia getting into this bomb site.
Yeah, both of them tag down to half HP, however. Angel does manage to do a lot of damage to Seized. Forces him back around the corner. That's from full HP down to 16 in the blink of an eye. Great rifle work there from Angel. But now it's going to be starix and Seized both working together. They managed to catch Dosia completely off guard, out in the open on short, and it's all going to be down to Angel now holding in pit.
Yeah, he has to come up big here. He's going to get the one, but he cannot pick up the second one. And it is a team ace for Na'Vi. Every single member picking up a kill each. And that was very close. I mean, Dosia did so much that round to make it work. They just couldn't finish it.
It's unfortunate for HellRaisers. If Dosia picks up starix there as the first guy coming in for quad, I think that's HellRaisers' round at that point. But then again, Dosia did kind of save their bacon, picking up those two frags as they were taking the site.
Now, I mean, the money for Na'Vi, they just had a round where they lost 4 members, so it's a little bit lower than it otherwise would have been, but it's still pretty good. They can lose around and still buy, and they're grenading Kucher down, and that's actually Edward pushing up, hyper-aggressive in the middle. Gonna take one kill. Dosia could be falling as well, out of bullets though, and Edward will drop. The grenade can't finish Dosia, but, I mean, 1 for 1, sure, but Dosia's very nearly dead.
Yeah, you sneeze on Dosia and he's gone at this point. I'm curious to see if they're going to push out anywhere. Na'Vi right now to try and get some info, because starix, look at him, he's about to come in through B. There's the flash, and like clockwork, starix picks up a frag. C sets it up perfectly for his teammate to get the info and get the kill. And that's the kind of thing that we needed to see from Na'Vi there at that point. In an even situation like that, 4-on-4, Na'Vi on the CT side need to figure out where HellRaisers are, but they do it in a safe way. So very fine work there from Na'Vi, getting control back in this situation.
Yeah, that flashbang trick is one of the oldest thing in the book, but it works so well, so I'm just delighted to see Na'Vi do it. HellRaisers, though, they're going to go back towards the A-bomb side, and because of that info like you were talking about, Semler, now they pretty much know Na'Vi that what's happening. They've already got almost 3 people here. Great flashbangs on Zeus, though, but the bomb is dropped down there, and the Guardian is going to pick off Dosia. Now it's AdreN and markeloff left, and markeloff looking the wrong way at the wrong time. Going to leave AdreN alone. He's going to get down as well. That's Zeus with a double kill, so not much of a chance for HellRaisers that round, it seemed. And I mean, it started off with them being thrown completely off balance. I mean, Vendetta, what does it do to a team when you're trying to set up for a push and then all of a sudden there's Edward in the middle killing your teammates?
Well, this is what we talked about during the XMG game, Fnatic XMG. You start to play scared, and all of a sudden, instead of getting out on the map and grabbing the map control that you desperately want, you have to hold back and constantly be afraid of a wild Edward appearing in the middle of the map.
A wild Edward. Guardian did try to get a go for a pick in the apartments, like he's pretty well known for doing, and HellRaiser saw it coming as well, so he gets down to 16. And now he's got to be really careful. He's trying to shoot through the smoke, but if they throw a grenade or just shoot through, that could be a big problem. Edward up in the apartments is going to go for a kill here, but just does a little bit of damage, and he's going to get taken down. And pretty much a perfect take comes in here from HellRaisers. That is the round they needed.
Yeah, 2 big kills there from Kucher, making up for the fact that he saved Guardian's life earlier on, because Guardian, he got headshot, and then Kucher stepped in front of, I think it was AdreN taking shots at him, at Guardian, and AdreN tries to hold off from taking that final shot that could have taken out Guardian, because Kucher gets in the way. So, a little detail there at the beginning of the half. Kucher, though, he realizes, and he gets 2 kills to make up for it, so I think AdreN could forgive him this time.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, right now, 6-1. If they can start to string some rounds together, that would be beautiful. starix is going to pick off AdreN here, which is very annoying. And if he had got Dosia as well, that would have actually been great from starix. Just causing more economic damage for HellRaisers. How many rounds do they need to win before they can force an eco? Actually, look at the scoreboard here. It's mainly Guardian and Zeus who have money. The rest don't have quite as much. So winning another round here for HellRaisers would actually make this, all of a sudden, sort of an interesting first half again.
Yeah, open everything.
Yeah, the opportunity to break Navi's economy is definitely there, but let's see if the trend of the day continues, because if it does, then Navi's going to pick up a nearly flawless round about now. So
yeah, that has been the theme. And look at another flashbang play here that they can do. You see Zeus by the graveyard. He's just ready and waiting, admiring the sky for a little bit, but I bet he's going to be flashing Edward in any second. That's, again, a very common play, but it's all about timing. And right now, it's very close to it. Zeus, is he going to get that grenade out? Be perfect timing right now, but he's waiting. And as they round the corner, he's actually going to pick up, though, that's Edward picking up the kill, and Zeus is now going to spray down, and he gets both the kills. Kucher and markeloff are down, and now he's going to repeat again. Angel will drop him, and Guardian trying to mine the crossover here. The bomb is actually down to the pit, and now Angel's alone.
Angel's alone on the site, and Guardian finds the remaining 2 frags. But that was all Zeus just saving the day there. Edward, he gets rushed down, spots it out, but Zeus with the double spray, that M4A1, or M4A4 rather, just going to work there. So really nicely done there by Zeus to save the day, basically, because if he just goes down, if he gets overwhelmed, Guardian's pretty sure to follow suit, and then HellRaisers have that second round. But once again, then it holds true. You cannot win the follow-up round, apparently, versus Fnatic or Na'Vi.
No, and that's about as bad as it can get. I mean, we know we say that all the time, but the name of the game, whether you're on the terrorist or the counter-terrorist side, is consecutive rounds. Because that's how the money system works. Right now, HellRaisers have their economic round loss bonus reset, and they're down to 1,400. I mean, they could force it up here anyway, because they had some money left, but they gotta start winning. And now it's critical. Whereas before they had an opening, right now it's critical that they start winning 1 or 2 or 3 rounds in a row here. Well, one round in a row doesn't make sense, but...
And the fact that they forced up this round makes this round all the more important, because they're basically jeopardizing their economy for the rest of the half with this one round.
A flash through, and Edward's going to get caught. Great movement there from Dosia. Just gets the kill instantly. If Edward had been allowed to do that, that would have been horrendous. Now it's a 5-on-2, in fact. So HellRaisers bounce back, and that's heartwarming right now. They need more of this kind of play.
Yeah, and this is just going to be Na'Vi now, just trying to back off and hold on to these guns, which is the right move to make in this point. I mean, 2-on-4 retake of A, just too many angles to be holding for HellRaisers and for Na'Vi to be checking, right? So if Na'Vi can make it out of here holding on to Guardian's AWP, that would be really big.
Oh, markeloff getting a kill on Zeus that maybe he shouldn't have. It's a very nice flashbang trick there from Zeus, throwing it up on the roof and then peeking out. And markeloff was actually completely blind here. Guardian will pick up the kill. And can they find him in time? Seems like he's going to survive the round with about 2 seconds left. So that's an AWP save, and Na'Vi can still go for the buy. But if HellRaisers can win this upcoming round, again, the opening is there. They can turn this from a 7-2 into a 7-4 situation, and that would be very different for them.
It would. But by the same token, losing this round would be, again, horrible for them. But yeah, hopefully they'll be able to string consecutive rounds together now. That's really the name of the game at this point.
Alright, well, pushing down. I like the aggression out of Na'Vi here already, taking control of Banana. HellRaisers not really trying to push through that smoke that went down to cut it off. This is such an old play now as well. We're seeing a lot of tried and true here, but when it comes down to it, Na'Vi with the execution are just very clean, and it seems like HellRaisers not quite able to deal with it, or not willing to take the fight. You know, because they could push 2 guys through, but if you've got 3 guys from Na'Vi waiting on the other side of that smoke and Banana, it's anybody's. It's anybody's round at that point. So HellRaisers, they opt to gather up in apartments, get what map control they can, and just set up for the play that it seems like it's going to be A after all.
Yeah, I'm wondering, are they ready with some smokes? Yeah, so you're definitely right. These smokes are a huge indication. They're going to go towards Library and towards Archway. So Archway, Library, and that's actually pretty good. That could result in a really great A take. They've had the most success going for A anyway, so I don't blame them for trying it again. But Guardian is going to open up, takes down Kucher, goes for the repeat, and AdreN is gone. And that's going to be a third one. Is he going to go for the 4 kill? He's looking for markeloff up in those apartments, and he's not even going to get a chance. Zeus will finish off the last two. So the idea was there, but what went wrong that round? I mean, was that just Guardian shutting everything down, or did HellRaisers do something more basic wrong, do you think, then?
No, that's the big difference there, because that was the same strategy they did to win the first round of the game.
Yeah.
And the biggest difference is the fact that Guardian didn't go down this time. He took, well, I guess a big enough safety measure for him to allow him to actually make the trek back towards the end of Arch. And from there on out, he managed to pick up three people, and obviously that's gonna play in the favor of Na'Vi. So him actually just taking that safety precaution and just hanging just a tiny bit more back and giving himself that space to work with, that was the adjustment he needed to make that push pretty much irrelevant for HellRaisers.
Yeah, Na'Vi are getting very good at adjusting and playing farther back on the site, right? They know when to pace themselves with the aggression, but they also know when to really just play the site, a site in particular, and get those situations where they're just going to be able to wreak havoc. Edward, speaking of that, gets 2 kills up in apartments, goes for the 3rd, but he's not going to get it. Still, the damage has been done. HellRaisers down to 3 men.
Yes, and Angel is going to pick up the kill, the revenge onto Edward, but it doesn't really matter. He can't put down the bomb, and they had actually bought this round. They had armor and pistols and even an AK, I think. And this kill from Edward up here, the triple, was a result of that flashbang I was talking about before. Zeus actually did it this time, and it worked pretty much perfectly. He got the kills he needed, and that was it. 9-2 here. There's still a chance for HellRaisers, but the gap is closing. We're very, very quickly approaching a point in time where HellRaisers are just going to be out of rounds to play with.
But it kind of feels like HellRaisers are imploding, because again, you see Kucher is doing what Dosia did on Dust 2. Buys up with an AK, he's going to be broke the next round. The rest of his team are on an eco.
And they can't get that kill on Guardian mid either. C's just trying to take advantage of that. I mean, Guardian spots 3 guys down mid. He's like, okay, C's tries to go for the spray at bottom banana and catch anybody off guard, but that's just not going to happen. Seems like it's going to be an apartments-focused play again for HellRaisers, but Edward, with the aggression, just holds it off. He holds that angle calmly, and markeloff walks into it. Now it's Angel's turn to take a beating, and Edward, he just has no fear.
Grenade follow-up, and without any armor on Angel, that can actually easily kill you with a grenade like that, so luckily for him, he gets to survive a little bit longer, and now he's going to be spotting out Kucher there, and actually does take him down. So that's the AK gone, and they're going to trade it, and there is even a term for this, which is called the Russian AK. We just have one guy who continuously sort of tries to do it, and when he dies, the next guy picks it up, and now would be a good time for it to work, and they are actually making their way through here. It's a 3-on-3 right now, and if they can go back and kill starix, that'd be big.
Yeah, you really like this. You really got to like this play here from HellRaisers. This is such a smart move because starix is alone. Starix needs to get both of these kills, and he does it. And he's still alive on the other side of this smoke. AdreN, he knows what's happening. He's actually going to try and peek through. There you go. Goes for the cheek, and he gets it done. But it takes too long. Zeus is already alive in CT, and there's no nade. There's no smoke to cut off Zeus here. AdreN should not be able to make it onto this site.
Oh, well, Zeus is covering an angle. Oh, but it doesn't matter. He's still going to peek out. He was being cheeky about it. I like that play from AdreN, but at the end, it's still 10-2. It's still a situation where HellRaisers are going to force it up again, but their economy is all over the place, isn't it?
It is, and well, that's HellRaisers for you, I guess. It's kind of how it ends up in pretty much every game they played, regardless if it's going good or bad for them. But yeah, luckily for them, they've gotten quite a few nades to work with at this point, so I think from here on out, they need to get the remaining rounds, and this is the round to do it. This is the best opportunity they're going to get for the rest of the half.
Which might well be. Grenade rains in, and Zeus is down to 70, and they've already attacked starix up quite a bit, but they got 3 people holding this bomb site right now, so if HellRaisers try and push through and they kill a couple of people, they might forget about the fact that there's going to be a 3rd guy there, and that in itself can be a pretty tricky situation, but they're slowing it down, and Na'Vi aren't really adjusting much. They're just staying where they are.
Calm. Because HellRaisers do have a bit of a stubborn streak as well. Sometimes they get into that terrier mode where they just latch their jaws onto something and then they never let go. And we see it now. HellRaisers slowly working their way up to top banana. Sees takes a peek, spots them. Is he going to make it? He makes it out alive. Sees somehow hangs in there. And that should not have been allowed. That should not have been allowed.
Now look,
he should not have made it out of there in one piece.
No, and he actually goes for the flash repeat, so he knows, Seized knows that there's no one out there now. They fell back, and look at what the rotation is now. starix comes in, Guardian holding the angle. I think Na'Vi have a great read on what's happening right now because of that one flash peek.
They don't see anybody. They're still opting to hold 2 guys on B, though, so it is going to be down to the 3 men here defending on this A site. Edward in a good position to catch them as they try and make their way up short, but starix is instantly going to go overwhelmed, and the crossfire set up to take out Guardian. HellRaisers have adjusted, and they just overwhelmed the defense completely on this A site. Na'Vi got a little bit too careless there.
Yeah, and also some great flashbangs, I think, getting into that site. Guardian really got... I mean, he was in the exact same position as he was a couple of rounds ago where he just killed 3 members, but this time they had the flashbangs to shut him out, and they got so close that it managed to work, and markeloff got so close he actually jumped on the face of, I think it was starix, down to the pit.
I actually think one of those flashes were Guardian's own.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm wondering.
And he definitely missed 2 shots he should have hit on HellRaisers members. So, and if he picks up those 2 frags, I think we're going to see a similar fate as the previous round we saw, where they tried a similar push towards Arch. So, unfortunate for Guardian, but very, very good if you're HellRaisers.
Right now, it still feels like it's all Na'Vi all the way, but if this finishes 10-5 and HellRaisers pick up the pistol, that's what we started off saying. 5 rounds on the pistol, that can be enough for HellRaisers to work with, and I think right now that's what they have to gun for. If they lose this round, though, they really won't have a lot to force up with for the final round, so it's still very scary for them.
That it is. I mean, a lot hangs in the balance here for HellRaisers regarding the money, you're right, and also just regarding confidence. If they can close out this half with the last 2 rounds, 10-5 is actually kind of workable if they pick up the pistol in the second half. So HellRaisers not out of this yet. It's been a hell of a struggle so far in this first half, but they can still inflict some damage here, and AdreN just closes in the perfect flank. He goes for the double spray, takes out Zeus and Edward both.
Oh, Guardian does drop markeloff as he's jumping down, and that's actually a big difference. Now it's a 3-on-3 retake instead of a 4-on-3. And starix is making a lot of noise coming up from behind. I'm sure Kucher must have heard that. So if Kucher kills starix, this retake's going to be very, very tough, I think. And he should be able to do it kind of easily as well. And there it is. Now Guardian looking down the pit. Almost get blocked by his teammate then. They're going to try and smoke it off, but they realize there's a chance for a backstab as well. Seized is going to go up and try and see if he can find Kucher. And Guardian actually running away. So they're not going to go for it. And I don't really blame them either. Seized just looking for some exit frags here.
Yeah, and that's perfect for that. Kucher walks right into him. That was very nicely done there by Seized, but there is just not enough time to get in there and take advantage of that frag. Better to back off, hold on to the guns. Na'Vi's economy is a little bit shaky here as well. This is something that we have to mention. They don't have mountains of cash, so them holding on to these 2 guns is going to make a big difference here in this round. Means that they could draw for Edward to allow Edward to get full nades, armor, even a kit. But Edward is actually just going to go straight up swag 7 because Edward has no fear.
And, I mean, on a map like Inferno, the Mag 7 is definitely a great weapon in both bomb sites. So we see Edward running towards apartments, presumably, and starix over at the B bomb site. They work just as well on either side of the map. So this could still be scary, even though it's not the optimal equipment, maybe.
I mean, if he gets up close in apartments, he has the opportunity. Guardian held onto his op, and he's already picking up frags and banana. Finds AdreN and chases off Dosia. So this is not the start that HellRaisers were hoping for here in this 15th round.
And Edward actually very close to markeloff in a weird play coming out here. He's went into bedroom, then now he's waiting, and markeloff could have instantly died then. He should consider himself very lucky. But in the meantime, they're wrapping back around. Seized is going to come through and doesn't get the kill. Now that's a big problem for the remaining Na'Vi members. Zeus doing a great job. starix picking up a kill as well. Are they really going to pull out of this? It looked like HellRaisers had such a great position. And now Zeus with another kill. markeloff goes down to Guardian. And Na'Vi win it and make it 11-4. Vendetta. Am I the only one that seemed like... It looked to me like that HellRaisers could take that round.
Oh yeah, they definitely had the opportunity to do that. I think it's kind of unfortunate that markeloff isn't able to catch Edward off. I think he got somewhat surprised by the fact that markeloff and Edward threw that smoke off out from bedroom, basically giving away his position, but also the fact that he actually, opts to just jump through randomly. If he would have been able to pick up Edward in that situation, then that could have easily been the entrance that HellRaisers needed to just run into the site, basically, because that's what they were successful with earlier on in the game. As soon as they got that one opener on one of the bomb sites, they were just able to run with it. But yeah, it didn't quite work out, and now they're pretty far behind, so they've got a bit of a mountain to climb.
Well, the thing is, I'm really impressed with Zeus's play in particular. Throughout this entire first half, he's hit shot after shot. That last one there, just a flick onto Kucher to drop the bomb carrier from HellRaisers, that was just... Zeus has just shown up big in this tournament. Guardian as well, clearly 17-1-4, a better ratio than he had on Dust 2. So if you're HellRaisers right now and you're looking at this, you're thinking, well, how do we actually deal with this? And now Seized has the opportunity to come into play and take point for Na'Vi as well here in this round, so in the second half. So it's all going to come down to this pistol right here. HellRaisers, if they want to have a chance, they have to win it.
Here it comes. If you're just joining us, then a big welcome to Room on Fire in the SLTV StarSeries finals. It's Na'Vi and HellRaisers for the second half on the second map, and Na'Vi already took Dust 2 in quite a convincing fashion. It was 16-6, I believe. And right now, HellRaisers want to make sure they at least do better than that, and I think they pretty want to make sure they actually put us onto a third map right now, because otherwise, they're going to be in the lower bracket. They won't be out of the tournament, but the lower bracket is always more difficult.
That's when the pressure is on, right? That's when it gets out of hand. But Edward manages to rush down Dosia. Kucher has found a frag as well, picking off Guardian. But it's still a 4-on-4 situation here. A lot of nades have been used, and Zeus roasting for a little bit there. That's a bit dangerous.
Yeah, markeloff here is actually the only one holding A right now. They can't get the bomb up there. That's the big thing. Zeus is stuck in T-spawn almost with the bomb. markeloff is getting wrapped around. Can they find him? Edward is so close. This is such a strange game right now. Zeus is ready and waiting. He's going to shoulder peek AdreN a little bit with the knife out to make it even faster. Action is all over the place. starix is going to pick up markeloff. That gives them the bomb site, but they've lost the bomb down towards the Vietnam grave, and Angel is going to go down. I've never seen a pistol round just this chaotic.
Oh, nicely done there by AdreN. Clicks away Edward, and now it's starix who's picked up a USP. Goes for the flash. AdreN is completely white, but he can't get through the smoke in time to take advantage of it. And this is all HellRaisers now. This is their situation. Their round to lose. Kucher spots starix out at the edge of the smoke, tries to put some shots through on him, but they just have to double down on this. They just have to sit on this position. The bomb is an underpass, and starix is getting nowhere near it.
Oh, he's on just 3 points of health, and it's only 15 seconds left, so he doesn't really have a lot of time. He's actually going to have to go for the kills, I think. And right now, they're in even better position to deny him that. So he realizes he's going to have to man up here. He runs in and tries to find the first one, but smart play from HellRaisers, and Kucher in particular with a 4 kill in this one round. It makes it 11-5, so... Okay, 4 rounds and the pistol. It can still happen. They can still come back.
They need to win the 19th round now. The next hurdle... Actually, for HellRaisers, this round here is a hurdle as well. Because they have struggled with anti-eco rounds in the past. Not really figuring out how to properly deal with the CZ and the aggression that can come out, the quick aggression that can come out with that pistol. So we'll have to see now. Dosia's just rushing down with the MP7. He gets overwhelmed. Guardian and Zeus each getting frags, but luckily AdreN is there to plug the gap. Edward is trying to hunt him, but it's into a 3-on-3 now, and what's worse is Na'Vi now have some guns to use.
Yeah, you said it just before it happened, and I think the big thing is this MP7 is great against unarmored targets, but because Na'Vi had armor, and HellRaisers should have been able to predict that, it just does a lot less, and we saw him take a fight against 3 armored targets and came up very, very short.
Well, the reason why you're going for that, in case, the money system, right? It's all about the money system, basically. So you're trying to get those easy kills on unarmored targets, because with an MP7, you're getting $600 per kill versus the $300 you would get with a rifle. So Dosia, it's like an educated, guess, risk, whatever. He's just hoping to get out a bit ahead. If somebody's rushing up banana, he cuts down 2, he gets $1,200. Just didn't work out this time for him.
markeloff is going to get Molotov out of pit for a little bit, and they're really close to him here. Edward will pick up the kill, and now that's definitely the bomb plant coming in here for Na'Vi. Now, whether or not they can hold it is a different question, because starix is very low here. Grenade doesn't land on the right target. Seized is going to survive. If that had been starix in the pit, it would have been a 2-on-2. They do not have a kit picked up either, so the clock's really working against HellRaisers. Now they're rushing in him. AdreN cannot find the kill. He just spots a heel around the corner, but can't actually see anyone enough to get the kill. Kucher's going to be rushing through. That's a great shot through the door here, or through the box, and that's going to be the end. MP7 comes back to haunt them, takes down Kucher as the last man, and Na'Vi bounce right back, and that's a disaster for HellRaisers.
That's a nice way of putting it.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to play that Toby clip right now. This is a disaster! Because That's what happened right there. That's really, and adding insult to injury, Edward gets the last kill with the MP7. Like, that is just rude, Edward, man. That is really just rude.
We could just invite Toby on here, because I know he's watching the other day, and we've modded him in the chat and everything, so maybe we should just do that.
You've given Toby
the power?
Yeah, I have.
What have you done?
Well, you know, he's a small guy. If he does anything wrong, you know, I'll just, you know, I'll find him on LAN. I bet I can take Toby in a fight. It'll be alright. We'll settle it like that. It's gonna be the 18th round coming up, and markeloff right here on the stairs inside the apartments is gonna take down starix. So that's a fine opening, but HellRaisers are miles away from a victory right now.
Still holding angles and holding the important ones as well. 3 guys on this A site makes it very difficult to close the gap without just getting gunned down, especially now that HellRaisers have 2 rifles to work with. They managed to spot a man out on Speedway. That's Zeus, who was poking forward towards that B site. Angel instantly reacting, trying to choose a different angle to hold from. But Na'Vi are kind of split up, and markeloff just gets the perfect timing to catch Seized, trying to go through Banana.
So a bit of a, you know, switcheroo coming out here. Zeus takes a dink to the face from Angel in the back of sight, and Guardian... he's kind of trapped in a weird corner here. Will take down Angel, and that'll be the end of it. So, a good bounce back from HellRaisers. Be interesting if they could make the comeback. I mean, right now they're 6 rounds behind, but the important thing to note is that these aren't 6, you know, they don't have to necessarily be 6 buy rounds from Na'Vi, right? It may be that Na'Vi can only buy, you know, 3 or 4 out of these rounds, depending on how many bomb plants they get. So
I love what Na'Vi do, though.
Yeah, they force up now. So even if they lose this round, then you probably get a freebie in the upcoming round. So that's definitely a big part, or a big deal for HellRaisers at this point. Now they just need to defend versus this wonky eco.
Yeah, they do have a lot of people over here on Banana, and it's actually going to work out great for them. They only lose Angel. Even though that looked really scary, it looked like they were being overpowered again. But this time they managed to... They reset the situation. And starix is going to scavenge an AK, but not sure that makes a really big difference here. He hasn't got enough time, I think, either to really run around and save it. So we'll see what comes of it.
At this point, I think he's just waiting to see if anybody's going to get impatient on HellRaiser's side. Peek out, give him a free shot. That sort of thing, because running up Banana, there's 2 guys holding it. And they even have smokes. They have more smokes on HellRaiser's side to just buy more time, basically. They're going to just completely take Banana away from starix. Flash goes in. starix is blind. He's standing around the pillar. Dosia can't see him quite yet, but instantly Dosia with the headshot as soon as starix shows himself. So, very, very fine hold. You have to admire how well HellRaisers played the angles there in Banana. Just not shooting into each other, falling back, and just constantly shutting the door in Na'Vi's face, not allowing Na'Vi to push around the angle that would have got them up to car.
So 5 round difference, 12-7, and this time Na'Vi have no choice. They have to eco. And are they having a team meeting here, or are they just admiring this chicken house?
It could be to the music. They're letting the music speak to their souls.
Does SLTV have timeouts?
Like no, I don't think so.
Okay, so then it's probably what we saw. Well, I guess it was Titan doing, at the very beginning. It's something that Existence brought over from what he did during his time in Bear Games and Source. Which basically, if you have to talk things over, use the eco rounds to just get everything sorted before the next buy round.
Mm-hmm.
And
I kind of hope that tournaments will implement the timeout rule as well. The ones that we had at Gamescom, because I found that to be really interesting when teams could, you know, actually take a 3-minute timeout and just talk over things and use it in different ways. You know, if they were ahead, to break momentum; if they were behind, to figure out what's going wrong.
Yeah, I think I like the fact that you have the opportunity to actually adjust and talk things over, but I don't like the fact that you're allowed to take a timeout basically to ruin the momentum for the other team.
Mind games, man. Mind games.
Yeah, I don't like that aspect of it, that you can basically say, like, oh, they're on a hot streak, well, F you guys.
Oh, I'll unplug my mouse.
Now we're just going to take a pause and we're going to sit around and drink water for 3 minutes.
Well, yeah, I mean, maybe there's some adjustments to be done. It's an interesting concept. Anyway, what I wish is that if there were timeouts, I wish we could listen in on the timeouts with the translator and everything, so we could know what the hell they were talking about. That would be fun. But
what was it when we did that for Na'Vi? Remember, and they were like, "Oh, I want a Red Bull." You know, they were just it was just the most innocuous stuff. Like they weren't even really strategizing. It was just
look at this. AdreN rushing down and actually will pick up the first kill, even though he did get a lot of grenade damage on him by a teammate there. Right now, Na'Vi are not really making a breakthrough over here on Banana. Angel's going to re-peek and will take down Guardian as well. Edward next in line, and he will finally open up, but it's probably too late. 2-on-3 right now. For Na'Vi to make a breakthrough right here, they need to even it out and make it 2-2.
And HellRaisers, all they have to do is sit back and hold the angles at this point, not peek forward. They don't need to get information. They have the man advantage. I mean, right now it's kind of Kucher who's slowly slinking his way closer to the top of Banana to see if anybody's going to be peeking around there. But I'd much rather, the position that Dosia's holding, for example, is over in Noob Corner. He's going to manage to pick up the frag on starix, who has to come around that corner basically to try and get around to A site. And Dosia now will spot out Edward. So really nice clean play there from Dosia. 1-on-1, manages to win both duels and puts HellRaisers on 9 rounds now. Na'Vi have got to be wondering, actually, is this starting to slip out of our grasp? Because 3 rounds is not that much when we're talking CT side Inferno.
Well,
go on.
If I come home to this, if I just joined GoTV or was watching on the stream and I see this scoreline 12-9 and somebody tells me who's going to be winning it, I'd say HellRaisers. 3-round difference on the CT side, and looking at the economy as well, I would say HellRaisers have a greater chance of winning it. The only thing that makes me not say that is the history that we've seen on the first half and on Dust 2. That makes me think, now we've been playing so well, but HellRaisers, they have the manpower to do this.
Do you agree, Ben?
Yeah, absolutely. HellRaisers are in a really good spot now. They've managed to get back into this, really, and as long as they don't lose this to this eco, they're definitely in a favorable position, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, especially if they come out of this round with everyone alive, that's going to put Kucher on the good side of 10,000, and the same for markeloff. That's a lot of money to work with, and Na'Vi have to win not just, a couple of rounds, but, they have to basically just finish the game almost before HellRaisers are going to be ecoing.
Yeah. That's the scary part. Basically, HellRaisers would be ecoing when it was, too late, basically, for them to be able to hold on to it. Na'Vi are setting up for a smoke.
Oh, a little bit of robot.
Plenty of smoke, so now we have to see them go. Once this smoke clears, are they going to be able to overwhelm the defense? Because that's what's going to be crucial here.
And all these smokes should hopefully at least provide them with a bomb plant, because otherwise they've wasted a fair bit of money doing it. And they do smoke off the front of the bomb site, which is something that we often identify with the Fnatic kind of play. Kucher here looking for the crossover kill, and actually the bomb is going to be planted by Seized here, so it's all worth it at the end. They may have spent a lot of money, but they get even more back with that bomb plant, so great job from Na'Vi. That was all they wanted to do.
I like to see that teams are really using these Fnatic plays. Right, that. Remember how crazy we got when we saw that? Wasn't that before Katowice that we saw Fnatic go for that kind of play the first time?
Oh yeah,
It was actually the week before Katowice.
Yeah,
because
we were flipping out because we were like, "Oh man, Pronax, you dirty dog! You're coming up with all these sneaky smoke plays. A site, B site. He had them all."
Yeah, and then and that was also, I remember watching that, and then Valve patching one of the smoke bugs with the one-way smokes that were also starting to get popular, and Pronax got a bit miffed about that because he said he had tons of stuff planned out for Katowice regarding those smokes.
Yeah, sad times for Pronax, but he's proven that he can adjust. I mean, they did make it to the semifinals, or the grand final, sorry, at Gamescom, so it's not like, that one thing really crippled Fnatic, luckily. Right now, it's 12-10, HellRaisers. They need to keep winning like they have already. There's a lot of money on their side. Kucher, actually, the room is literally on fire. He's going to burn to death, and that's a great opening, but Dosia does return it, and that's important. Otherwise, they could have lost a lot of control on the map. But now it's sort of back to square one.
Square one, 4-on-4, and Angel manages to catch Guardian off guard at mid. That's going to open things up here for HellRaisers. Na'Vi, they don't have any target to reply on quickly here, so they are going to have to deal with this, with being a man down. They still have some smokes, though, and a Molotov, so it makes me think that they might want to go towards this A site. They're going to go faking it. I mean, Zeus is going to try and make it look like it's going to be a B play, and actually it is going to be a B play. They gather up, and now we have to see a great headshot onto Angel, but he's not going to get it.
Angel falls back into a slightly safer position, and AdreN behind the new boxes, and this is going to be really tough for Na'Vi. They're going to try and go for it anyway here. 10 seconds left. They know AdreN is back here. 8 seconds. They're going to have to push quick. Seized goes down. They still have to deal with Angel, and they will kill him, and I don't think there's enough time.
No time.
Oh, no. They lose the round because the time runs out, and then they lose Zeus as well, which is even worse. because now he gets no money for losing that round, whereas the rest of his team does. At least they save the AK on starix, so they could do something here, but HellRaisers, they're back in this game. They are gunning for that third map, and the way it's going right now, they might just get to it.
Yeah, and this is what we talked about prior to the game starting, with Na'Vi being such a slow-paced team. Obviously, they were down 2 men at this point, but when they execute so late into the rounds, all HellRaisers need to do is basically pick off the guy with the bomb, and from there on and out, they're golden.
Yeah, you don't have the time to be able to reposition yourself as well. That's the main thing, is that Na'Vi, they had to waste time getting around the fountain because they lost control of CT. Dosia using a really cool smoke that he's been using more and more often here. It's going to give him an angle to work on, look towards starix. And there you go, starix gets dropped down to half, and no opportunity for him to reply either. Dosia has really put a lot of work into it. I haven't actually seen anybody else go for that smoke in particular.
That's good news, but now Guardian has remembered. Isn't there just something about me being pretty good with the AWP? Maybe we should use that. And that's a nice idea, just using him to slowly wedge yourself into the map and towards the A-bomb site. And look at how defensive HellRaisers are playing as a result on this A-bomb site. Now they're all very, very far back towards the bomb site. And that can be good and bad. If they lose the entry frag right now, if they lose one more person at this A-bomb site, I think it's going to be very tough for them to hold.
Yeah, but look at HellRaisers, they're betting it all on this A side, actually. They've rotated the extra man over. AdreN is no longer at the B side. It's all Kucher around the angle. Double headshot from Zeus. And Dosia gets spotted out on the balcony. starix should be able to overwhelm him, and he does it. This is falling apart now. HellRaisers down to 2 men.
Yeah, 20 seconds left, so actually now we have to go for the bomb side. Otherwise, they could rotate back, but there's so little time left here. And AdreN's going to pick off one now. It's markeloff. And again, the time is a factor. 10 seconds here. Guardian has to go for the plant right now. Molotov in the back here. markeloff comes up, but he can actually just deny it. Guardian, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. markeloff, is he going to save his team? He's going for it, and he will do it. The triple kill. And HellRaisers now all the way back. 12-12. They've equalized the score. What a round. Na'Vi, so close, but they can't do it.
Na'Vi do like to cut it close. Holy hell.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking that markeloff would get pinned down by starix, but starix had so little HP, he couldn't take the fight.
Yeah.
And so markeloff manages to sneak out and turn it into that 1v1 situation. If Guardian gets up there and just goes for the straight plant while markeloff is in the back corner like that and starix has oversight, then that totally changes everything, because markeloff can't get in position to stop the plant. But as soon as starix is gone from the equation, Guardian loses all control. Edward trying to sneak out from boiler gets caught by Kucher at top mid. And now Na'Vi down a man, down on gear as well. They don't have a whole lot. This was a force buy from them.
From an 11-4 scoreline to a 12-12 scoreline, that's what HellRaisers have accomplished so far. And right now, they just need 4 more rounds on the CT side to make it work. Kucher, though, now defending, is going to go down. Seized and Guardian, and oh my god, just as we're talking about it, the A-bomb site is just obliterated now. It's down in the pit with Dosia here. 1-on-3 for him, and he's going to go down, leaving AdreN to try and clutch a 1-on-2. And this is not like markeloff situation at all. They have time to plant and time to get into better positions, but oh, there's Guardian with the AK shot. That actually still got really scary. AdreN, if he had been quick enough, maybe could have done it. But that's 13-12. Still a ton of money on HellRaisers' side. They can buy for quite a while, but Na'Vi at least get a little bit closer.
That was really scary there for Na'Vi. AdreN, I mean, getting gifted headshots, basically. I'm not sure why Seized, after confirming where AdreN was, decided to peek out again like that and just give AdreN the opportunity to shoot him in the face.
That was a bit of a questionable decision from Zeus. Luckily for him, Guardian manages to salvage the round for them. But it plays a big part as to how the next round plays out, because 2 of the Na'Vi members are on Galils, and that's obviously not what you want to have when you're buying up in such a big round. And if Seized had survived that previous round, he probably would have been able to drop off an AK for either starix or Edward.
Yeah, agreed.
Nice shot through the smoke here. AdreN tanks Seized down to 10 points of health over by Banana, so that's really annoying for him. Actually, if HellRaisers lose this round, at least 2 of their members won't be able to buy that much. I mean, markeloff could probably drop for one of them, and maybe even a FAMAS for another one, but this is very critical at this point. Both teams are at a point where they gotta win rounds, or they're either gonna win or lose altogether.
Money right now, money is crucial, you're right. I mean, there's still a good bank, but yeah, for HellRaisers that is, at least on one member, but that's not a whole lot. That's gone in the space of a couple rifles. So, Na'Vi now sneaking their way around. Still 30 seconds left, and I'm still not getting stressed out. That's what's weird about Na'Vi. They're gonna wait until the very last second to go.
Yeah, and it's going to be an A play, in fact. So this is all faking it out right now. Smokes and flashes into the bomb site, but luckily, HellRaisers aren't inching away. They stay at the A bomb site. They realize what's up here. Markeloff defending downstairs. 10 seconds left. Are they going to go for the plant right away? Zeus gets another kill. Markeloff is going to pick up one. There's 6 seconds, and the bomb is dropped here. Markeloff wins it again. There's no chance any longer. He's going to pick up another kill here. And seized, well, he'll get one, but he goes down once again after the time is out, which is actually a big tactical error from Seized. He had to run away and save then instead of going for more kills. It's 13-13, and Na'Vi lose a second round now to the time running out.
Yeah,
they're cutting it too close.
I actually think Guardian made a mistake right there, because he, after the first guy got taken up by markeloff on site there, he actually pulled up the bomb as he was running up into the site. So that gave Guardian just enough time for him to take out Guardian. And I think if Guardian had run up there with an AK in hand, then that would have been an easy kill and an easy plant for Na'Vi.
And I think the name of the game this round for HellRaisers is basically a flawless round. They gotta look to not lose a single member right here, because if by chance Na'Vi pick up, well, not this round, but the next one, HellRaisers need a big buffer, economically speaking, to be able to bring it back straight away. So everyone surviving this round for HellRaisers, I think, would put them just on the edge of taking the second map.
Agreed. No, they would have a very strong shot at it. They would all have a good buffer, a good bank. Zeus finding one shot onto markeloff, though. starix will get picked off. Dosia still holding on short, falling back into pit, and Angel is now going to take a peek of his own. This could be a big opportunity here for Na'Vi to get shredded. Angel with the triple as they try and make their way out from Boiler. And that is just going to be Na'Vi walking away with only one frag. And I don't think that's quite good enough. They needed 2 there.
Yeah, and Seized, look at this. The fact that he went down that one round after the time was run out is now coming back to haunt him, because now he's got a C set and armor and grenades instead of, the rifles he could have had with the rest of his team. So that's sort of the aftermath of what happened a couple of rounds ago. It really does all tie together, especially when you come down to the 28th round like we're in now.
So many nades used at top banana right now. Just flambe, smoke, flashes, but Guardian doesn't care. He walks up short and manages to pick up one. Dosia's been spotted in apartments. Kucher coming in to support from Guardian's usual spot. Flashes everywhere. And Na'Vi getting caught in their tracks, but Guardian opening it up again, getting a second frag and a third. And Guardian, with the help of his team, just makes it happen.
And AdreN missing a big opportunity to kill Seized, and Seized not killing him either. I have no idea what kind of battle that was, but Angel's going to be alone, and he's picking up people left and right. Still no bomb pump, but there's plenty of time, and Angel's going to go down. This game is down to the wire. It's 14-14, and whoever loses this upcoming... Well, actually, if Na'Vi lose this upcoming round, they can still buy and fight for overtime, but if HellRaisers lose it, I think they're going to be ecoing. Then Na'Vi's going to make it 16-14. And no, I'm not. I spoke too soon. They actually use all their money on Na'Vi's side too. Whoever wins this round probably wins this map.
It's so close. Yeah. Whoever wins this round is going to get a gift basket in the final round of the game. That's pretty much how it is.
Oh my god. What a game. And what really switched it up for Na'Vi that round was how aggressive they were. I mean, they pushed before, there was still a minute left on the clock. That's highly unlikely for Na'Vi to do that, and it may have caught HellRaisers off guard. They just weren't ready for that kind of fast push from this terror side.
That's the power of Na'Vi. You train your opponents to wait until, they're not going to expect you until there's 20 seconds left on the clock, and then you go at them at a minute 30. And all of a sudden, that change of pace, it works. Guardian showing us what's possible when he takes point and decides to get the job done. Angel in library is getting sprayed down. starix is going to have the opportunity to go for a big frag as well. Drops down Angel to low, but Angel will be there to stop them from rotating in through Arch.
Yeah, great work so far from HellRaisers. See if they can get that third map home. AdreN in the back, straight headshot onto Seized, looking very good right now. Guardian low on health. AdreN doing tremendous work. He's finally going to get shut down. And Zeus, well, they have to kill Angel before they can actually get this bomb plant. He's going to try for it once, and Angel shooting through the smoke, can't quite find the angle. So it will be a retake, but because starix and Guardian are so low, I still feel like this should be HellRaisers' chance to take it and make it to a map point here.
No, they have no more smokes, though. They have no more nades to stop this from coming in. No nades on HellRaisers either. They just had the one. Guardian finds the headshot on Angel to start. But Dosia is currently just working his way onto the site. There's Zeus with a headshot, brings it back to a 2-on-2, and they're still alive. Kucher has to rush him down, finally gets rid of Zeus, only to lose his teammate to starix.
Oh, he's going to look for his starix on the corner, and he picks up the kill. starix with the double, and that wins the round for Na'Vi and now HellRaisers. Now they're very close to being knocked down to the lower bracket. That was a huge 3-on-4 fight that Na'Vi just took with 2 of their members on less than 30 points of health. Vendetta, how on earth did Na'Vi come out on top?
Some great movement coming out from, I can't remember who it was. Who was trapped on the site together with the Guardian?
Zeus?
Yeah.
Was it Zeus? Yeah, Zeus did just a masterful job of evading every HellRaisers member that came looking for him, and he managed to pick up a kill in addition to that. Or actually, I don't think he picked up a kill, but he bought enough time for starix to pick up the guy coming in from pool. Yeah. And he just did everything there to buy time for Na'Vi. And Guardian picking up the 1 frag on, I think, Kucher through the smoke there, coming through coils. That was massive as well.
Aggressive movement from HellRaisers up in the apartments here. Edward does peek. He's got to be careful. There's someone right behind him, but actually, he still picks up the kill, and markeloff is going to finally retaliate onto starix, but this A-bomb site is very, very weak. If Na'Vi realize, and now I think they will realize, they've already killed 2 people here, and they're going to go for it. This is going to be an almost impossible retake. HellRaisers might have to dip into the lower bracket here unless AdreN can pull out a 1-on-3. And
it's not meant to be.
Not meant to be. Guardian ending up at 31 kills and just 30 rounds. That's a kill per round and then some. Alright, what a sick game. All 30 rounds.
Not too shabby.